We can stay right in here, we'll be okay. All right, here's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna zip on the river and we're gonna go to a place I've never been before that has a early colonial home site up a little ways up on the bank. I was getting like King George the First coppers out of there back when I had permission for it. It's since changed hands and there's no way to get permission anymore. So we're gonna go do that. There's a good chance that we'll find some Native American artifacts too, because there were camps on that farm. I used to find arrowheads out in the fields. So we're not too far from our destination. Let's go ahead and get to it. All right, we've reached our destination, and unfortunately, the chances of us finding Indian artifacts are pretty slim, because you can see the banks are all covered with leaves and stuff now. So I'm not as hopeful as I was earlier. So I just started walking and I see a milk bottle right here. So at least we did find something. Yes, indeedy. It says Paul D. Quetzal, Williamsport, Maryland, registered. I don't have one of those. Most excellent. So let's go ahead and put it on a boat and we'll get it and put it inside when we come back. I know that probably seems pretty quick, and it was. Went upriver just a little ways, downriver a little ways, and I didn't get anything but junk. So let's jump in the boat and we're going to go down to the next spot. Basically, we're going to go down below all these cobbles and hopefully we'll get some better bank. Well, I have another Aquachigger disaster. Apparently I sucked up a bunch of leaves in the jet, and I have a grate that opens and closes, but it's not getting rid of them. In fact, I took off my shirt and I just kind of swam underneath it and tried to pull stuff out, but there's no leaves in there. I think they get up through the grate somehow and are clogging it up inside the somewhere inside the system. So it's not getting water. Because it's not getting water, it's overheating. So what I did is I got a big pole, and we're going to use this pole to pull down the river many miles. Hopefully we'll make it before dark. I also have a paddle, but I think the pole will be quicker. All right, let me get poling. See if we can make it back before dark. All right, so we've made it a little ways, maybe 700 yards. Kind of stuck on the shallows right here, so we're gonna have to get out and pull it. This is gonna be probably the roughest part. Once we get through here, the water gets deeper and be a lot easier. This thing just draws a lot because of that heavy motor in the back. Here's my pole. This is quite the adventure. This is actually a fish weir. This could be Native American or could it be European American. They also used them too. That would have been a line of rocks going across the river here, and a V right in the middle where they would catch fish. They put nets in there and catch fish. Nets or baskets. And I think a lot of them were for eels. They call them eel pots. So I guess the baskets are kind of like pots. We made it through there, didn't even get hung up, just a little tiny bit, didn't have to get out of the boat. If we got through that, I think we'll be all right. So this is basically what I'm doing, just standing on the bow of the boat and using this pole just to push along and kind of change directions a little bit so we don't hit the rocks. With current going like this, we can just float. I think it's probably the easiest thing. A few little disturbances in the water, those are rocks sticking up, so we don't want to go over those because we could get hung up. All right. Nice rock ledge. There's probably tons of bass in here. Bunch of catfish going off that way. This is actually kind of relaxing. I'm not too worried because I think we'll have plenty of time. Well, it should still be light. We're coming up to some rapids here. I'm gonna have to decide which way to go. Looks like most of the water is going over here to the right, but if you look, there's a ledge right below it. I mean, we might have to just bang into the ledge and get stuck. I don't know. Or maybe we can shoot right down that middle. That's another fish weir, by the way. See the big V? So they have two right in the same area. It's kind of interesting. I think we came up through the middle, so we'll probably look at that. See, that's the wing of the fish weir. Goes up to the bank over there and comes down, 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 right to that point, and then back up on this other side. So this is much more well defined than the one we just looked at. I think we'll go down the middle. That side definitely has more water, but you get that ledge right there. I know that's gonna catch us. We'll turn sideways in it. This might not be any better, but we're gonna try to get over there. Trying to get us lined up, not doing a very good job. Well, I guess I am. Yeah, that would have sucked if we got stuck, hung up there. At least here it's not as quite as angry. We can stay right in here, we'll be okay. So far so good. We're gonna go pitching over. Whoa, big rock. Oh, here we go. Almost lost my balance. Woo-wee. I think we're out of the absolute worst until we get close to the boat ramp, then it gets a little hairy again. But we'll be okay from here on out. I hope. It's kind of cool looking, isn't it? This is why I got such a long pole, because you see the water's, you know, it's 5 feet deep there, 6 feet, and it gets deeper in spots. So I need a nice long pole to pole. It's a noun and a verb. I don't know if you remember, but a lot of times I find these things in the river I call ice cream cones. That, you know, I tell you that they're tips to ferry poles. And this is exactly, whoops, hold on. I want to get hung up on that rock. It's probably fine. This is exactly what I'm talking. Whoa, the famous last words. I'm talking about. This is where that iron tip would go on here. It'd be iron and come down to a point. That way it wouldn't wear away the bottom as fast. And it'd also be sharp, so it would stick in the bottom better. There's some nice catfish down there. You're good eating ones, that's for sure. Those aren't cats there, but the other ones were. A bunch of small ducks. I don't know, the wood ducks, I guess. I'll be real surprised if we don't get hung up here. I was flying when I came up through there, and so I was fine. Only drawing a couple inches of water. Oh, by the way, these catfish, not all of them are cats, but the one we are seeing, they're channel cats, so they're really good eating. They don't get huge normally, but they're really good eating. All right, where do you want to go? I guess over there. Nah, yeah, let's go. Well, yeah, let's go down the big chute. Right. Trying to see what's below it. I don't really see any rocks sticking out, so we might be okay. Have to hold on, Jack. Oh, it's nice and deep. Easy as pie. Of course, making pie might not be that easy. I'm not sure. Well, I am sure because I made it before. It's easy as pie. It's probably about 12 feet deep right here, I'd say. Nice flat, hard rock bottom though. It's really sweet. Just kind of letting the current take us here. Because wherever the most current is going, that means the most of the water is going, so we'll probably be able to get through this rock ledge up here a little bit easier. So we'll just follow this current on out. Try not to get over into the areas where it's really slow. And we'll try to stay in the current itself, so we keep moving along. It's getting deep there, bub. You can barely see the bottom. Well, we made it back to the boat ramp. Plenty of time to spare. Ooh-wee. Let's load her up. Or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't saying exactly what she's saving, where it is or what it might be. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby. I'll rock you until I go